Well, happy Sunday, folks! We're here once again. I am dressed like your third grade teacher who used to sneak out during recess to smoke some joints in his car. But I got some folk for you today. We got something special, even. I finished recording the demolition for the new tune, Wheat Penny. You could have found it yesterday on Patreon. Even if you don't pay for Patreon, if you're just a free member, you can go listen to it there. Or I'm gonna play it today. I'm gonna do something special, and you're gonna hear the demo as recorded on today's episode. And then maybe in the next few days it'll be released out to the wild on YouTube, just as a singular thing to you to latch onto like a lamprey. And yeah. Otherwise, stay tuned for a newsletter coming out with all the details, how I wrote it, why I wrote it, all that stuff. You can get there on josephbiss.com. You know, like my name, as you see it below this, .com. And when you're there, you can find out shows. I don't have any planned just now. I do got a lot of merch, vinyls, CDs, T-shirts. I don't know if we have any stickers left. Maybe a few. I think the next time I make a batch of T-shirts, I'll do an accompanying sticker too. A pack. Smack. But yeah. Otherwise, it's kind of soggy out. It's a little wet, and so we're inside. The fire is going, albeit not that crazy. I can still touch it for now. But yeah, I appreciate you folks a heck of a lot here on YouTube. We're climbing. Last I saw, we were like 432 subscribers, which is neat. Last year at this time, we were less than that. We were like 311 or something like that. So we've done more than 100 in a year, which is pretty good. I started using this account again, or I started using YouTube again in like 2020. So that's all in that amount of time's growth, which is sweet. That's because of you folks. But here we're gonna do something really crazy. Ready?
Little owl eyes, autumnal surprise, a single narwhal tusk, fermented patchouli musk.
Today, celebrate the love, care, dedication, one trust, Joseph. The couple is prepared their own vows. We're here today to celebrate the love, care, dedication, one trust, Joseph. The couple is prepared their own vows.
Flat needle of hemlock, shears the timid flock. Rain churns Kettle Lake, obsidian napping flake. Seagull far from sea, the baseboard heat is clean. A seafoam green cabin, Tourmaline lapel pin. Plywood storm windows, the price of wrought iron flows. Non-horizontal aisle, eroded sandstone pile.
I traded her pronunciations. It's changing words I'll mostly only ever sing. I'm learning my disdain for all things proper, except clothes sometimes. My weekly pharmaceutical advance calendar, every dose of vanilla flavored mood stabilizer, lithium-rich bloodstream, sativa taught out and static, parallel at rest. That is static in parallel at rest. Slowly, as the pavement ends, fitting with eager plants that manage to grow here, like a lady bawling by the grocery cart return. My weekly pharmaceutical advance calendar, lithium dose of elevated mood stabilizer, lithium-rich bloodstream, sativa taught and static in parallel at rest. It's static in parallel at rest. Cool, yeah. So, directly following my snap, snap, you would have heard the wow, wow, that little. Yeah. And that's, that would have been Wheat Penny. I'm pretty excited about that. You see, I'll go more into that newsletter. So tune into those. I have fun writing those out. It's a handful of paragraphs explaining the lore. But I wrote that almost entirely away from here, over in Vermont, for the anniversary of my wife and I, the wedding day. It was our 3rd wedding anniversary, so I figured I would write that song away, save the prompt of the first line, Little Owl Eyes. I had accidentally startled my wife one morning. I came around a doorway quick, and her eyes popped up really fast, and that's where that came from. But every other line, sets of 2, they rhyme. The first line in the set of 2 is an observation, like her eyes. And then the other one is, I find, not completely tangential, but maybe a parallel, I don't know the right word for it. Not an observation, but just a feeling that accompanies that to me. And yeah, so a lot of like the weird things, the seafoam green cabin, like right across the lake from where we were staying, was just that. There was some really metamorphically interesting islands on that lake. I was spotting that through my binoculars. So they're on there, and it's just things like that. And I had a lot of fun with that tune. And yeah, I'll be sure to link it when it's posted. Maybe I'll even put a link in here in the description. Yeah, well, I'll do that in the description. I'll give you an unlisted link to go listen to it now, because, well, after the show. But yeah, it's cool. I dig it. I dig it, yo. But I'm getting better at splicing videos, so I know I could just pop it in right there. And it's thematically, not thematically, chordally, keely. I think it's also an F, and I think lithified is also an F. So it worked out that on recording here, I just did a snap, snap, and play lithified. But you're just like, you're gonna see a song before that. That's the limits of my abilities on the digital stuff. Give me the analog.
An endless fount with the pugilist, the big sad, was horrified by wedding bells, my sacred death by my own hands. A job well done, measured twice, the better thrice. I failed to keep it coy. You called out my poems, don't know what they're about or what they'll do. White strawberry blossoms, how is it May already? In the return of the gross meat, followed by the Oreo, ornithological calendar, for all time he says, I failed to keep it coy. You called out my poems, both know what they're about and what they'll do. A week without any rain, sparks the worthy of wilting. And just like that, I'm choking mud through sacred teeth. I smile thick, like the seed I swell, I sprout, and scarified, no longer afraid to die. I failed to keep it coy. You called my own poems such shit from cowardice. My cringe heart grew.
Yeah. The birds have been extra birdy lately. I think they know the cold is coming, so they're getting their baths in the little puddles and collecting seeds and bugs and other things. And it's just they're out there. They're out there. Yeah. Oh, also another cool thing, or I think it's cool, is in Wheat Penny, the spoken word part. That is our friend Kaylee actually marrying just tonight. That's the introduction right before we said our vows. And I happened to have found just that 8-second clip. That was a video that some friends of mine from, well, they live in Iceland now. They were in town for the wedding, and they got a short little video clip. I stripped the audio. I did a line of audio, and then I did that line again through a hyperphaser guitar pedal. it made it sound kind of weird, and I dubbed them together, and you get that. I had a lot of fun doing that. It sounds pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Found in 1845. I have had this shirt since I bet it was like 16, 17. Shirt's been around a long time. There's a photo somewhere of my twin sister and I. Didn't always carry for school. Didn't try to do what we could to get out of school. And we were at like our senior ball, like the big dance. It was either, hey Jacqueline, or it was like, hey Joseph, why don't I get out of here and leave? So we attempted to do so successfully. Principal called my father, which was a mistake for him to have done. And we got to leave. And we went mini golfing. And I have a photo of a big Hyla crucifer, big tree frog, on this shirt. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I think about when I see this shirt.
A song to throw the safety onto, a tune that ties your 13 loop knots, unslips the soles of your jumping shoes, a poem to flush the powders all down the drain. Can't promise that you won't need to hear it again. Don't count the times I've had to sing it again. The promise I can keep is that I never will stop. You need not say a word, though you're singing as swell. Couple friends call as you sob on the couch. A new love interest calls on your day with death. The only resolution that you made that new year was your TOD was January 1, 2020. You start to see that something's different about your day. How they end up more than extended stay. You outgrew all the birthdays that you swore you would miss. You find a gray hair on your 28th year. Always buy your bestest lie. You swear you're fine as you die inside. Go back on your word, make your sorrows hurt. The folks that know the stigma can grow. And people always buy your bestest lie. You swear you're fine as you die inside. Go back on your word, make your sorrows hurt. For folks that know the stigma can't grow.
I said this maybe last week in the social or the midweek meetup. I found that if I just am giggling like a weirdo after, that means I thought the song was good. May that have no relevance on how you're feeling about that particular number, that version of said song. But yeah, and I definitely know I do it live too, and I'm just giggling in front of people. Giggle, giggle. I do see. There we go. I wasn't dead center. I was a little bit off, which I forget what that's called already. There's a purposeful doing of that in film stuff that I just read about, where you just everything it's just slightly off true, so it makes your brain be like unsettled. Someone knows what I'm talking about. Comment on there. Either yeah, oh yeah, I always remember around 17, 18 minutes. If you're here, you're still kicking it, and this is the preview, the premiere. Say hi, wherever the live chat may be. Somewhere, I don't know, but yeah, say hello, or in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. Say hello down there. You have an answer to one of the burning questions I've asked because I didn't remember something. Answer down there. I'll see it. I'll get a little ding. Well, I don't have my volume ever turned on my phone. I would get a my stomach is trying to do right now. I got a hungry tummy. It's like I can do phone vibrates. Watch this. It's more like a Balrog than it was a phone vibrate, but all right. Where are we now? All right. I see what I did here. I have one more sheet of red paper that I used to make my set lists. If you remember, if you've been here a long time, they used to be green. And I was going through a pack of, it was a ream of colored paper that had been around since I was still working and running a water testing lab, and we needed colored paper to post notices. And they were still around after the lab is done. So I'm using them up. I got one more after this, and then either I go to a white paper, or I go to Staples and get a ream of multicolored paper for our enjoyment. Mistake that's for a couple of lonely sheep through lead paint and walls panes, stapled on cellophane, a window of early May, lose count down to zero again, reach a dozen before you breath. Cracks ribs as you nuzzle my chest, as is traditional. Still awake to fall asleep tired. Steam along a few minutes too long. Take it for a walk anyway. Past the spigot I install the right side up. We attempt on taping doesn't leak yet. Finding lifted green asbestos tiles, matching guano peppered hosta. Found a clover with one extra leaf, then leave that lock to the slightly more naive.
my wife reminds me of. It's a morphological anomaly, still fine fun, mutated beauty. So this is what they mean by pleasures in the little things. Oh, steam my lung a few minutes too long. Take it for a walk anyway. Pass the spigot, I install the right side up. With Teflon tape, it doesn't leak yet. Finding lifted green asbestosiles, matching mono peppered hosta. Big stretch, Andy. So we have an organ over there. Andy likes the organ bench. So what we did is move the organ bench over in front of the window. So now she just gets to watch things all parts of the year that we don't have the AC in, because it only really goes in that window. So it's a give and take. Right now she's just constantly zipping. And then she did a big stretch at the end of that song. She's like, Dad, don't forget to stretch up before the next ones. Sorry. Yeah. Boy's got some clicky hands. These hands. Take a look at these hands. From the government. Milling about the 3/4 fairy ring. All of my doubts in cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and allspice. From the same burnt bookshelf flower box, I see her grow lavender and chamomile for her tea. I know the large longs for floral, an aromatic melee, no stoplight stalling. Her leaves keep them at bay. A tamarack is true to its words. Felt the love in the song sea over her. A couple sing for the trees. I've even seen them take the time for the bees. stuck between deciduous and conifer. Let wind of fate my death, help my green needles fall all the way down to yellow. Tar and feathered in the caterpillar year. Let the moss bonds bluff, beg the question, what have I been hungering for? I did a long swing tomorrow. An aromatic mayday, no stoplight stalling. Hot leaves came that day. A tamarack is stripped to his words. Found the love in the songs he overheard. Sing for the trees. I've even seen them take the time for the bees. Cool. There was one little walk down I kind of got muddled on, but whatever. When I drop the hungering for. Yeah. It's alright, bro. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. My tummy. Oh gosh. Keep playing and they won't hear your grumbling tummy, man. Just keep feeding it coffee. Yeah, let's get this capo. Let's just get rid of it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Let's set it over here for now. Because the rest of the set ain't got no capo. Andy, what's up, baby? Andy, come here. Once in a while. Kitty cat in the lap sack. Ooh, that's pretty. Mother of four. blue tree creeks, they stay so grounded in the ball where the tall laid back could walk along. You see the woodcock, well, she's still a marvelous creature. I don't know where she is right now. Heck, I don't know where her 4 babies are right now, but I'd like to think that they all made it across that road right out there, and they're going out there and they're eating earthworms. They're chortling it down, they're chuggling it down, they're laughing all the way. And also, if they have the time, if they have babies of their own, they're taking them little earthworms, they're throwing them up in their little beaks. And you know what? They're still cramming it down their baby's throat, because that's what the mothers do. Rice and tea, lemon paying fields for the flightless. When fight of life kicks it with us, we chortle hard, we clench our claws, we peck our scabs, pack their winters. As in the medicals, the choice was hers, but now hers alone. Help a man become the low. His leather flesh, a bossy home to raise her young, the fledgling form. Can you hear it pouring outside? It's a little wet out there. I tried to do an alternate G at the end. Not a G alternate. I guess it could be. Just a different G chord than I normally end that sucker on. And yeah, it's a little off. But that's what we party for. Cowabunga. Yeah. That was a good one. We haven't done that one in a while. I need a... And I'm back. My nose is running away from me. Yeah. It's got spot just a little bit. Yeah. So how's everyone doing? How we doing out there in YouTube land? Or if you're on Patreon, seeing it early. Which you want these early. They're normally up on Patreon at like 10:30 in the morning. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so if that is anything that interests you, you can get over there. You can also get digital downloads. Early access to stuff. I think I said that. But, well, early access to other things. Maybe get tour dates sooner. But yeah, I appreciate you folks. Thank you. Again. All right. Allergies are rocking me a little bit. Throat and stuff. Serious? Please stop, sir.
Big feet, big ears, scratchy ears, it hurts, he whines.
Nose caked in smoke billowing from the north, and a light smell so the reek of a paper pack. Thought I had escaped a change in the wind. Second time smoked out, wings tipped like snakes, similar to Atlas struggles, yet different in a subtle way, that fed beneath the tamarack. Striking up a sad conversation. You see, I say I saw a spotted salamander. It drowned in our ponds. His yellow spots spoiled the black with a milky grave. Still I scooped him out. Not nearly the worst I've seen. I mean, what a long delay. The smear sticks to me, to my pink striped shirt, into the mantle bottom, and my dead dad's coffee mug, with a little bit of grass, metallic sliding lids, not dissimilar from the common in which I hid his favorite quart of beer, the dagger from my hip. Morning making flower boxes from the bookshelves that survive the fire with purpose, repurposing life, my only purpose. I can cry louder than the swamp marigolds, forget more than forget me nots, persistent as they may be. The red in bed straw keep me in line the mall, draped in love, taking flesh. I'm the only man war. I talks of hand on these aliens. Day nectar. Guided by vengeance and the need to make others strong. On my success, flattery to me won't get you far. Be facetious with me, don't cut you down. With a wit little tip, I'll split your crown. With a little help, a road to tiller, I'll find your worth like compost heap. Woo! Hot damn. Oh, Andy. And serious, the whole nine. This is Andy. Oh, Andy. She was throwing toys around. So don't let her act all crazy. Yep, see the carrots in his basket. Woo! So that was Root Rot. Before that was Miss Timberdoodle's March, and then just most recently was Mimicry. So we did a sandwich. And yeah, Mimicry's hard. Dang. Like, wow. Ugh. And then after you do all those spiders, then trying to slap that sucker. Who did that? Why? Gosh. It's all these tendons right in here and the muscles that attribute to the being of them. That's hot right now. Hot to the touch. Rock and roll. Yes, I would love some tea.
What do you want?
Let's take a black. The red box one's good.
Okay.
Yuck, yeah. Yeah, that bee was slipping too, so when I was doing those flat backets, whap sackers, they're being a little annoying. Anybody out there want some tea? The kettle's on. I overshot. We got sharp. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, we got some tunes. Don't worry. Serious. Wow. A few days before December in 1927, a pint of English blood, a course of Norwegian flair. It's hard to think my granny was born on Dr. Seuss's first wedding. Day. Top of her high school class, the year they pushed the fat man out of the speeding another you got up and ran away. Variety of all things, forms of pleasure. She surely wouldn't feel the same when half of her kids go and take their lives down the street from the cul-de-sac with a screaming porch and wicker chairs, a milk jug, a white glass house. They sit all afternoon and chew the fats. Pick your own blueberries, pack a picnic lunch to keep the feelings down. Falling generation grapes, racism whitewash their picket fence. All the suitors are still Marines, geriatric man better off dead, overseas insanity. I was married more than 50 years to the same abusive man. I let him pick my babies around. He beat me if we let him down. A suburban status quo got way too out of hand. Self-righteous hypocrisy, blood of marriage. God bless the stars and stripes.
Andy, you're terrible. Andy's in the boots and bass rig, and Sirius is just waiting by the guitar case.
Serious, come.
Your mom's got like yogurt and blueberries.
Come.
Rascally bunch this morning.
A tea for you?
I'll trade. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you. Alright, what can I do with these? I don't need those right now. This over here. Alright. We got this, folks. Thanks for the folks that are still kicking it. Is you still here? I see you. Alright, I got one more for you. I can't forget that I'm splicing in that extra song, and that's gonna accompany me about 3 minutes time. Alright, I don't know if we've ended on this one, so let's find out. I wrote this last year in the place I wrote Wee Penny. So a year between each other, so it's fitting I started at the sound. Black March morning, Fachi middle shelf, cardboard used to sell magic mushrooms in the parking lot of a church in which I went to preschool.
fixing her t-shirt in a metal sunshine smile with a heavy chest, a backyard spoils. Splendid splendor, excited endeavor, mellow melancholy. Splendid splendor, excited endeavor, mellow melancholy. Splendid splendor, excited endeavor, mellow Yeah. So there we have it, folks. Oh, I'm so bad at this. 145th Sunday Social, 146th, something like that. And you know what? Well, maybe we do something special for 150th, if I can remember. Serious, will you help me remember, big guy? You big antelope. This is our antelope, in-house antelope. Yeah. Oh wait, he's not an antelope. More closely resembles the puma. Oh gosh. But yeah. So until then being either Wednesday if you're wacky and you come over on Patreon, or until next Sunday, I'll see you folks in the virtual world. Sign up for that newsletter. I'll be sending one out about the lore and the backdrop of Wheat Penny. And yeah, you get a digital download of it, put it on your iPod Nano, put it in your little zip-up pocket on your something, your sneakers, right? That's when the Nano was. You had stash pockets in your sneakers too. All right, bye folks. See ya. I was in